Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining in. As we can see, the price of Bitcoin does looks like it is getting gravitated towards the next area of confluence between 18 to 19,000 range. Yes, you heard that correctly. Since the price has found support above the 17,000 for the immediate short term, now it does looks like we could be getting gravitated towards the next area of confluence here to the upside before price chooses a trend direction. But we are also aware in a bigger frame the price of Bitcoin has not turned bullish yet. This could be just a temporary relief rally type of scenario, so I still want you guys to be a bit careful and not to turn overly bullish, because we know in a daily time frame parallelly the price somehow looks like it is breaking out of this previous temporary resistance line. Yes, this upper line, which has acted as a strong line of resistance in the past price action, looks like getting flipped into support. If we do that, guys, if we flip this resistance into support, then we are also going to invalidating this bearish symmetrical triangle formation, and price is expected to show a movement here like this. Price of Bitcoin is expected to show a movement like this if we close the daily also above 17,400, 17,500 range. Between that range is where we want the daily to close today. Yes, guys, because we know if we do that, if we close the daily above this key line of resistance, not just only we are going to invalidate the symmetrical triangle, but parallelly the price of Bitcoin will also actually find support above the CPR lines. Yes, this CPR lines here right now is going to be acting as a very strong line of support, and remaining above this top CPR line means the price in the coming days could be getting gravitated towards the first target for this month of January 2023. Yes, guys, this R1 line is the next potential target if we manage to remain above 17,400, 17,500 today, because we know this R1 line is at 17,800, and in that case we will be also invalidating this bearish symmetrical triangle, and price could be continuing this uptrend towards the next area of confluence 19,000 range before it chooses a trend direction. So right now here in a daily time frame, we want the price of Bitcoin at any cost to stay above this 17,400, 17,500 range, because we know getting attracted towards this monthly R1 line here, getting attracted towards this green line here, means the price could be getting attracted towards this one very important line of resistance, which you also have to overcome. Yes, guys, if we look at this scenario here in a weekly time frame, if we look at this price structure, you can see the price of Bitcoin right now looks like getting gravitated towards the lower line area. Yes, this lower line, which in the past price action has acted as a strong line of support, could be acting as a resistance, which is around 17,800 to 18,000 range. That's why I was actually showing you this monthly arrow line, which is sitting around 17,800, could be the next potential target before price chooses a trend direction, because getting rejection around that area should be also taken very carefully, because we know this exact line was acting as a strong line of support, and this same line could be acting as a resistance. Yes, previous temporary support line could be acting as a resistance around 17,800 to 18,000 range in the immediate short term, and only after breaking that, it's a clear sign we are ready for this next movement, which could bring the price of Bitcoin around 19,000 range. Yes, 19,000 is still going to be looked as our potential target if we also flip this immediate short-term resistance line between 17,800 to 18,000 into proper support, because we know parallelly that will also trigger a bullish continuation here in Bitcoin price action according to this Bollinger Band. Yes, the Bollinger Band squeeze was actually expected, right? And after this squeeze, the movement, which was very similar to the example which I showed you here on the right hand side, indicated us if we manage to break the upper band, there is a very high probability the price of Bitcoin to continue this uptrend. It doesn't necessarily has to be a movement like this. I showed you we could show more of a range bound similar to this one here before breaking it to the downside, and this is exactly what we are also expecting the price of Bitcoin to do. More of a range bound before price breaking here to the downside. But for the medium short term, we are still expecting the price of Bitcoin to get gravitated towards this 19,000 line before it chooses a actual trend duration. So that's why, guys, that's why in the daily time frame, in the medium short term, we want the price to close the daily candle above 17,500, 17,400 range, because closing above the 17,400, 17,500 means we are also above the top CPI line, and the next potential target is going to be the elrond line. We are also going to invalidate this symmetrical triangle, the bearish symmetrical triangle, and price is expected to show a movement towards the next area of confluence here to the upside. But if you have been following me for a while, you guys definitely have to look at this double bottom pattern and Adam Eve pattern, which has played out perfectly. So before we talk about this further, please destroy that like button if you haven't done it yet, and for those individuals watching this the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. But if you want to support me further, as you know, a comment would be much appreciated, because a comment and a like is going to boost the algorithm of this channel and also boost the motivation for me to create content like this in a daily basis. Thank you very much, everyone. So now if you look at this 4-hour time frame, if you look at this double bottom pattern, Adam Eve pattern, we have played out perfectly. The price of Bitcoin has came exactly at the target line, which we have already talked in my video, 17,400, 17,500 range. This is where we got gravitated yesterday, and now the question here is it going to continue? Because we also found out that is a very important line here in a daily time frame. So if this here is going to be a continuation, not a reversal after reaching the target line, then the price of Bitcoin must also follow this curve line. Yes, in the medium short term, I showed you yesterday, the price of Bitcoin was forming this base 1, base 2 step like formation, which is known as parabolic curve scenario. And after this parabolic curve, you know, after the base 4, we have a final move, this final move here, right? The final move here to the upside before breaking it to the downside. So in our case yesterday, after showing weakness, the price still continued this uptrend, but we are still going to monitor this curve line support as well, because each and every time the price in the medium short term has showed weakness, this curve line did act as a strong line of support. So we are expecting any sort of a weakness in the medium short term, this parabolic curve line is also going to act as a support. But if we lose the support here in the medium short term around this parabolic curve line, that also could be a sign that maybe we might not be closing the daily above this 17,400, 17,500 range, because we know that means the price might be exhausted in the medium short term, and we could be seeing some sort of a retest around this previous temporary raise line before choosing a trend direction one more time, because we know the price right now, if you look at this in a bit different way, is also forming this so-called ascending broadening wedge formation. Ascending broadening wedge could be looked in both ways. I mean bullish and bearish ascending broadening wedge. But in our case, if this here is going to be a bullish continuation pattern here to the upside, then we want the price of Bitcoin at any cost to break the upper line and also flip it into support, because we know, guys, this upper line is definitely going to be a strong line of resistance, and if we do manage to break that also into support, then this ascending broadening wedge is considered as a bullish ascending broadening wedge. And in that case we will be monitoring the price movement here like this, a continuation which could bring the price between 17,800 to 18,000 range, and that is also the target from this monthly elrond line, which is sitting between 17,800 to 18,000 range. So you can see, guys, this hourly time frame would make a lot of sense if we can manage to break the upper line resistance into support, because doing that means the price is going to get gravitated towards the monthly elrond line for this month of January, which is going to be the first target. And I personally think after getting attracted towards this monthly elrond line, the price will be showing some weakness and could come back to retest the top CPI line one more time before it chooses a trend direction. So I personally would be looking for short opportunities around the price range of 17,800 to 18,000 range. So these are some of the quick updates that I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my work, then please destroy that like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.